Ever thought your woman might be crazy? Welcome, gentlemen. We're diving into a topic today that's as old as love itself. Is your partner showing signs of being a little, well, unhinged? We've all heard the horror stories and seen the sitcoms, but today, we're tackling this with a pinch of humor and a whole lot of reality. So buckle up because we're about to explore the 15 signs that might indicate your lady is a tad on the wild side. Stay tuned if you want to know the signs that your lady might be a little loco. So, what are the signs that your lady might be a little off her rocker? Well, buckle up, gentlemen, because we're about to dive headfirst into the first 3 signs of the Crazy Lady Express. First stop, extreme jealousy. Now, we're not talking about the occasional, who's that girl in your Instagram photo from 2012 type of jealousy. No, we're talking about full-blown, why did the cashier at the grocery store smile at you level of suspicion. You know, the kind that makes you question whether you should even have a conversation with your own mother in case your lady gets the wrong idea. Next up, we've got constant drama. If your gal can turn a simple discussion about what to have for dinner into a full-blown soap opera episode, then you might want to reconsider your living arrangements. It's like living with a real-life telenovela star, minus the glamour and the dramatic background music. One moment you're deciding between pasta and pizza, the next you're in the middle of a tear-filled monologue about how you don't appreciate her culinary efforts. And finally, the third stop on our tour is intense mood swings. Picture this, you're having a lovely day, the sun is shining, birds are chirping, and then, out of nowhere, hurricane crazy sweeps in and turns your sunny day into a Category 5 storm, all because you forgot to put the toilet seat down. It's like living with a human mood ring that changes color every 5 minutes. So there you have it, gentlemen. Extreme jealousy, constant drama, and intense mood swings. These are the first 3 signs that you might be dealing with a lady who's a little, let's say, eccentric. And remember, it's all fun and games until you find yourself locked out of the apartment because you smiled at the neighbor's dog. And that's just the beginning. There's more where that came from. Keep your eyes peeled and your wits about you, fellas. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Still with me? Alright, let's dive into the next 3 signs. Sign number 4, she's overly possessive. Now, I'm not talking about her being a little territorial over her favorite side of the bed or her special hair conditioner. No, I'm talking about her flipping out if you so much as glance at another woman. You know, the type that makes you wear blinders like a racehorse at the Kentucky Derby just to keep the peace. Next up, sign number 5, she's a social media stalker. This is the 21st century version of the classic peeping Tom. She knows every post, every like, every comment you've ever made online. She's got a 6th sense for when you've updated your profile picture or changed your status. If you start getting notifications about her liking your posts from 2005, you might be dealing with a social media Sherlock Holmes, and it might be time to reconsider your privacy settings. Lastly, sign number 6. She's excessively paranoid. Now, there's a difference between being cautious and being paranoid. If she's checking under the bed and in the closet for hidden spies before you guys get busy, it might be time to have a serious talk. Or if she's convinced that your sweet elderly neighbor is a secret agent sent to sabotage your relationship, you may have a real-life conspiracy theorist on your hands. These signs may seem exaggerated, but they are more common than you think. And remember, a little possessiveness or concern is normal in any relationship. But if it's excessive, it can be a red flag. So fellas, keep your eyes wide open and don't ignore these signs. If you're nodding along, it might be time to reconsider your living situation. Scene script. Ready for more? Let's get into the next 4 signs. Sign number 7, she's always the victim. Every story she tells, every disagreement you have, somehow she's the one who's been wronged. Now, we're not talking about genuine instances of injustice here, but a pattern where it seems like the entire universe is conspiring against her. For example, if she's late for work, it's not because she hit the snooze button 5 times, it's because you distracted her with your snoring. Moving on to sign number 8, she's a pathological liar. And no, we don't mean those little white lies like telling you she didn't eat the last piece of your favorite cake. We're talking about the big, bold lies, the ones that can break trust and relationships. For instance, she might say she's working late, but her coworker mentions she left hours ago. Now let's talk about sign number 9, she's overly controlling. If she wants to dictate everything from how you dress to what you eat and who you hang out with, that's a red flag. Remember, we're talking about a partner, not a parole officer. So if she's trying to turn you into a puppet, it's time to cut those strings. Lastly, sign number 10. She has no respect for your personal space. Everyone needs some alone time, a moment to recharge. But if she's always barging into your man cave or insisting on joining every guy's night out, it's a problem. A relationship should be about mutual respect and understanding. not a full-scale invasion of your personal space. Remember, it's all about patterns here. One or two instances don't necessarily mean she's crazy. But if these signs are showing up frequently, it might be time for a serious talk, or maybe even a reconsideration of the relationship. We're not done yet. Buckle up for the final stretch. Alright, let's wrap this up with the final 5 signs. First up, sign number 11. She's overly critical. If your lady friend is constantly pointing out your flaws, from the way you tie your shoes to your choice of breakfast cereal, you might be dealing with a heavy dose of crazy. The occasional constructive criticism is normal in any relationship, but if you find yourself questioning your own existence because she doesn't like the way you chew, it's time to reconsider. Moving on to sign number 12, she's vindictive. Now, we're not talking about a playful revenge for eating the last slice of pizza. No, we're talking about a woman who's holding grudges from 2012 and isn't afraid to use them against you. If she's still mad about that one time you forgot her second cousin's birthday, you might be in for a wild ride. Next up, sign number 13. She's unpredictable. One moment she's sweet as pie, the next she's colder than a snowman in January. If you feel like you're living with Dr. Jekyll and Miss Hyde, that's a clear sign of unpredictability, and let me tell you, it's a one-way ticket to crazy town. Sign number 14. She's always right. Even when she's wrong, she's right. If she could argue that the sky is green and make you believe it, that's a red flag. A healthy relationship involves compromise and admitting when you're wrong. If she's not willing to do that, it's time to hit the brakes. And finally, the last sign, she's obsessed with her ex. If she's constantly bringing up her ex in conversations, comparing you to him, or stalking his social media, you might want to consider running for the hills. It's okay to have baggage, but if she's carrying around a whole airport, that's a problem. And there you have it, fellas. The 15 signs your woman might be crazy. So, what have we learned today? Let's run through the gauntlet, shall we? We've covered quite a bit of ground today, so let's dive right back into it. First off, if she's got more stuffed animals than a toy store, it's a red flag. And if she's named them all, well, you might want to reconsider signing that lease. Second, if she starts planning your wedding on the second date, it's time to hit the brakes, my friend. Third, if she's got a monopoly on your time and expects you to drop everything at a moment's notice, it might be time to reassess. Moving on, if she's got more mood swings than a jazz band, it's time to reconsider. Next, if she can't stand your friends or family, that's not just a red flag, my friend. That's a crimson banner. And if she's always playing the victim, never accepting fault or blame, you might want to think twice. Then, if she's got a past littered with crazy exes, you might just be the next one on her list. Finally, if she's got a knack for drama, turning every little thing into a major production, well, you might want to pack your bags. Remember, fellas, it's always good to know who you're moving in with before the big move. Stay safe, stay sane, and stay tuned for more.